Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on my channel. It is Kevin here and it is time that I finally talk about the Hollywood book, which is what I'm tentatively calling it right now because I don't really know what it is. Is it a commercial fiction? Is it a romance? I don't know. Is there sex? Yes, but is it a romance? I don't know. I know that there's a distinction between the two because like a romance heavily relies on the romance aspect, but mine doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I realized that if you haven't watched my past video, I had talked about how I decided to work on this as just a fun project. When I don't know what I'm doing or I just wanted like a day to just work on whatever, I'm working on this book because it is fun to work on and so I'm just gonna do it. But I realized I never really explained what it's about. I just said it's a at least I don't think I have. But I haven't done the official work in progress tag and I like to do this tag video because I just like it. I like talking about my projects and that way it gives you like a little sneak peek on what it's about. However, I'm an idiot or someone's an idiot. We're all idiots. I cannot find the list of questions anywhere on any of my videos, any videos I can find of anyone that's done this tag. I can't find the questions, so I'm gonna have to watch one of my old videos, hence one of my old videos, I'll link it. And I think this is for the Witch book actually, which I'm currently editing for my agent right now. But I'm gonna have to watch this and then just answer the questions as I go through this. So this may take a while for me to edit, but it won't take you a while to watch it. But yeah, today we're gonna talk about the Hollywood book, so keep watching. First question is, what is the title of the work in progress? I am calling it the Hollywood book because it takes place in Hollywood. If that wasn't obvious by the title. I do have like a tentative actual title for it or a series title because with romance novels, at least, if this ends up being a romance novel, I don't know. I haven't edited it yet. I don't know what really direction I'm going with it. I just like writing it. They often have like a side character then be the main character of the second book. And if that were to happen, I have two characters that could happen with. And I don't know if I'd call the book my tentative title or if that would be the name of like the series. If that makes sense. Sure, I'm just calling it the Hollywood book. Yep. Question 2, it took me a long time, embarrassing long time to get to that. But question 2 is, where did the idea for this book come from? I don't know. To be honest, like I really don't. It just kind of popped into my head one day. I mean, I've lived in the city of LA, and so it's kind of based around that, like a person living in LA. The main character lives in basically the studio apartment that I used to live in, and it just kind of popped in my head one day. I actually don't know where it came from. Or if it came from anywhere. Sorry, that's not an interesting answer. The next question is, what genre is your work in progress? I don't know this one either. Because of the way I'm writing it right now, it's kind of seeming more of like a commercial fiction rather than a romance, which was my original intention. And I don't know if that's the way I'm gonna keep it because when it comes to later to editing it, I am pantsing a lot of this. I did a 10K in a day pantsing for this project. In fact, 20,000 of these words in this project have been during 10Ks in a day. So they're kind of all over the place. Long term, I don't know when I go back to edit if I'm going to focus it more on the romance or if it's going to stay commercial fiction. So it's either going to be commercial fiction or a romance. So I know that's also not a good answer. Sorry. The next question is, choose actors for the movie rendition. Did I skip a question? I might have skipped a question, but let me think here. I could see maybe like a young Eddie Redmayne playing the main character or like Logan Lerman maybe. But now he's like got all that gray hair. Not that it looks bad on him, but like that's not really how I imagine the character. I don't know. Is this video falling apart? Do I suck at this? I don't know. I do imagine the main character's boss to be played by Lupita, and I cannot pronounce her last name. I know I'm an idiot. I think it's Young. I'm an idiot. But Lupita would be perfect. I keep kicking the tripod. Okay, so the next one is a 1-sentence synopsis of my book. Okay, so I am going to use a placeholder for the name because I'm not set on a name yet. I think I am, but I also don't want to give it away because I'm just like kind of like holding it close because I haven't decided yet. So I'm gonna call him Paul, but it's not his name. But I think the 1-sentence synopsis for the book would be, after a chance encounter, Paul gets an opportunity to work in the movie industry but must navigate the trenches while falling in love. That was bad. I feel like this entire video is just plummeting around me and everyone's just gonna be like, what? So the next question is, will your book be self-published or represented by an agency? So this is actually something I struggled with. Ooh, a flock of geese flying in a V. Oh. This is something I'm actually struggling with because I don't know what I'm gonna do with this project. Hence, I talked about this in the 10K in a day. Hence why I am doing this as like a fun project, because for traditional publishing, I have a very, like, you can't just jump around to do whatever you want all the time in traditional publishing. That's just not how it works. And I don't know if that's necessarily where I want my traditional publishing career to go right now, is this adult romance / commercial fiction. Because if that were to get published, the assumption is that I would keep writing those, and I just don't know if I have any other ideas right now. So I have thought about, okay, would I self-publish this? If I did decide to, I also don't think that would work right now because I feel like this could be an internal assumption of mine that could be wrong. So if you do self-publish, you can comment below and let me know if I'm wrong or not. But I feel like a lot of the success comes with like keep publishing books, right? Because then people go to your backlist, and the idea is that you can't just publish one book and be like, okay, I'm not gonna publish another one for 6 years. The idea is that you keep publishing. But I don't know when I would publish another self-published book, or if it would be in the same genre or whatever. So I just feel like it would not be a smart career move. Maybe if I just like kept it on the back burner for the future, and then in the future, if I came up with more ideas, I could stagger publish them. But to only publish one and then just be like, just feels like a bad idea. But again, I don't really know. So like if you guys have any like insight, the comment section is open for you. Next question is, how long did it take you to write the first draft of your manuscript? Well, funny, not done with it. Cause this is like a fun project that I'm doing on the side just when I have time or I don't know what to work on. And so I'm just coming to it now every now and then. So I have, I think, about 25,000 words of it. And it's been a few months, couple months. It actually hasn't been that long because I did do the 2 10K in a day challenges. They were both on this book. I managed to like bang out a lot of it real quick. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to come back to this because right now I'm working on the Witch book and then Nano's coming up. So I probably won't even work on this again for a while, but it was, so it's probably gonna take me a while to finish the first draft, to be honest. And even then, yeah, it'll be a while. It'll probably be a while. But I have like 25,000 words. I don't expect it to be a long novel though. I'm expecting it to be like in the 60 to 80,000 word range. Like it's not a very complex story. Like it's not like a lot of like side plots going on. Maybe I should fix that. I don't know. I just felt like it's like a very short contained intro to a series that I could potentially write. Yeah. Next question is, what other books would you compare your story to? Are there any other books that I've read? I've read some like gay romance novels that are similar, and I've heard of some novels that are similar that I haven't read. So I don't actually know if and like the gay romance ones, I don't want to name because I didn't really like them. So I don't know if I could actually compare them, but like, I imagine it kind of like the TV show Love on Netflix. Actually. I think one of my favorite TV shows, so that makes sense that I would, maybe that's where I got the inspiration for this actually. I don't know, because I do love that show quite a bit. It's like one of my favorite shows of all time. So it makes sense that I would emulate it. Oh my God, there are painters outside. Are they gonna see me recording? This is awkward now. Who or what inspired you to write the book? I feel like this is actually a very similar question to like where you came up with the idea. I feel like it's the same question though, like when it comes down to it. I don't know. I mean, based on the last question, it might have been the TV show Love. Yeah, no. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna go ahead and say Love, the TV show on Netflix. Applepie is being so weird right now. What else about this book might pique your reader's interest? There is a gay romance. There is Hollywood. There are really unhinged Hollywood people who yell and scream at the main character and at each other, and he's just like, what is going on? I don't even know. I just took this job because I needed a job. And I wanted to really reflect what it's like to like right after college, like when you're just entering life and you're like, oh, what's going on? And then he just kind of gets thrust into this. So if any of that interests you, I think the book would interest you, but there's gay sex, so that could be interesting to some people. All right, well, that is the end of the questions. I apologize if this video has been a little all over the place. I really thought that I knew more about this book than I actually do, which has me, I was gonna say concerned, but I'm not really concerned because this is just a fun project that I'm working on the side. Like when I don't know what I'm doing, like working wise, or if I'm like, if I send a book to Rena to edit and I'm just like, if you don't know who Rena is, she's my agent. I sometimes just offhandedly mention her, and I realize that if you're new here, you probably don't know who she is. My agent is Rena Rossner from the Deborah Harris agency. But sometimes when I send a project to her, I don't want to jump right into working on a new project, so this is kind of gonna be my fun side project, which actually, the Witch book was originally, when I first came up with it years ago, was supposed to be my fun side project, and look where it's at now. It's gonna be on submission, hopefully soon. Ooh. So it's exciting that like maybe this could someday be a thing. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know when I'm gonna finish it, who will I'll even have beta it, because I feel like it's very different than all the other things I've written. Like when I wrote YA contemporary, paranormal YA, I've never written like an adult romance in commercial fiction. I don't know if my beta readers that I normally have would be interested in something like this. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what I don't know what the future is for this project, but I originally thought I was gonna completely shelf it, and now I'm like half shelving it. I'm like working on it as I'm putting it on the shelf. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I have no idea what the future of this project is, but I think it'll be fun like years from now looking back, because I'm thinking back to when I first made my first video on the Witch book, and it's so like crazy to me to like see where it's at now that's almost on submission. And that's just so wild to me that I have followed this entire project from like its birth on AuthorTube, because it was really the first book I started on AuthorTube that I finished on AuthorTube, because the other two I'd already written before I joined. So it's just interesting that like the entire process has been filmed, and that's kind of what I'm hoping with this project. I don't know if it'll just die one day or if it'll go anywhere, but I like to have some kind of something to follow along and see what happened to it. Yeah, Again, sorry this video's all over the place. I need to learn more about this project, that much is clear. I need to do some brainstorming sessions for this project, but Nano's coming up and I need to focus on that. Ugh, you know what I'm saying? I need to focus on finishing the witch book edit so I can actually go out and sub. And I don't know why I've had my 2 thumbs up this whole time, so smash that like button twice. No, don't, because then that will unlike it. Like it once. If you like the video, go ahead to the like button below. If you love the video, go ahead to the subscribe button below. And until next time, I'm gonna have a more coherent video. I will see you all later.